Did you know that, although we live on planet Earth, a place full of mysteries, there's still so much out there that we don't know? It's like Earth is our home, but with a bunch of hidden rooms, and a lot of what's in them hasn't been explored yet. And guess where most of these mysterious rooms are? Underwater. Imagine this. More than 70% of the planet's surface is covered by oceans. But the truth is, most of them are completely unknown to us. That's right. We've been to the moon, explored space, but when it comes to the ocean, where most of the life on Earth lives, we still know almost nothing. It's like we have a vast ocean of unanswered questions. Have you ever thought about the fact that even when you go to the beach and dive into the water, you don't know what's hidden down there? There might be a place deep in the ocean where we have no idea what lives there, and that's both super exciting and mysterious at the same time. Now think about the amount of life that must exist in the ocean. Scientists believe there are over 2 million species living in the sea. But what's even more amazing is that more than 90% of them haven't even been described by science yet. This means that many of these marine creatures could be completely unknown to us. Imagine if, one day, we discover a crazy fish or a giant creature we never even dreamed of. The ocean floor is basically a huge amusement park for scientists, full of new and strange things to uncover. But if you think we already know everything about Earth, you're seriously mistaken. Even with all the technology and incredible journeys we've taken around the world, the ocean is a much harder place to explore than it seems. It's like the ocean is a giant puzzle we're still trying to solve, and every time we try, more and more mysterious pieces show up. Have you ever imagined what it would be like to dive down to the bottom of the ocean? What will we find down there? Have you ever wondered what's hidden just beneath the waves, where the sun can't reach and darkness takes over everything? Well, the bottom of the ocean is a huge enigma, and that's what makes exploration so exciting and at the same time so challenging. Now that we know the ocean floor is a huge mystery, let's take a look at the biggest challenges we face when trying to explore this deep and scary place. The ocean isn't just big, it's enormous, and some parts are so deep that we can't even imagine. The Mariana Trench, for example, is the deepest point on the planet. It's located in the Pacific Ocean and reaches an impressive 11,000 meters deep. That's more than twice the height of Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth. Have you tried to imagine that? Climbing a super tall mountain is one thing, but going so deep in the water where the pressure and cold are way stronger than anything we've ever felt is a whole different story. Speaking of pressure, that's one of the biggest difficulties for anyone trying to explore the ocean floor. Have you ever felt the weight of the water when you dive a little deeper in a pool? It's a sensation that can be uncomfortable, but if you keep going deeper, the pressure increases more and more. Now imagine being 10,000 meters underwater, where the pressure is over 1,000 times greater than the air pressure we breathe at the surface. Believe me, that would be enough to crush anything that isn't made to withstand such force. Even submarines and robots need to be built with super strong materials to handle that kind of pressure. On top of the pressure, there's the cold. The water at those depths is freezing, around 4 degrees Celsius 39 degrees Fahrenheit, which is way colder than any pool in the summer. And if you thought it would be easy, think again. It's not just the water that's cold, but also the darkness. Because from about 200 meters deep, sunlight no longer reaches. From there on, it's a sea of darkness, where everything is pitch black. These two factors, the immense pressure and freezing cold, are massive obstacles for any human or machine. Even the most advanced submersibles have to be super durable to make it to the bottom of the ocean. So, as much as we want to know everything about the ocean, this place is so inhospitable that even technology struggles to explore it. But at the same time, this is what makes the Mariana Trench and other deep parts of the ocean so fascinating. They're like a challenge for explorers and scientists who are doing everything they can to overcome the pressure, cold, and darkness. And who knows what else we could discover if we manage to break through these obstacles. If you think exploring the ocean floor is an impossible task, think again. Despite all the challenges of the ocean, submarine technology has advanced significantly over the years. It was with the development of submarines and special vehicles that humans were finally able to begin exploring the depths of the ocean. Let's go back in time to a historic moment. In 1960, two explorers, Swiss Jacques Picard and American Don Walsh, made an epic journey to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. They were aboard a submersible called the Trieste, a vehicle built to withstand the immense pressure and freezing cold of the deep. The Trieste was like a metal capsule, with just enough space for the two of them, and it descended to an incredible 10,911 meters, reaching the deepest point on Earth. This achievement was a huge milestone, as they were the first humans to reach this mysterious place, which had only been imagined before. It was almost like they took a step as monumental in the ocean as Neil Armstrong did on the moon. That's right, almost 10 years before man set foot on the moon, we had already explored the bottom of the sea. But as impressive as the Trieste was, it's not the only vehicle capable of reaching these depths. Submarine technology kept evolving, and in 2012, a new explorer went even deeper. Film director James Cameron, famous for the movie Titanic, decided he wanted to see the ocean floor for himself. So, he piloted a vehicle called the Deep Sea Challenger and descended to 10,908 meters, nearly the same point the Trieste reached, but with more modern technology. Today, the ocean floor is no longer as inaccessible as it once was. One of the most modern vehicles used for these expeditions is called the limiting factor. This submersible, made from ultra-durable materials, was designed for frequent visits to the deepest parts of the ocean, like the Mariana Trench, and has already made over 20 trips to that place. These advancements are not just exciting for scientists. They show us the power of innovation and how, with the right technology, we can overcome obstacles that once seemed impossible. Each new submersible and each new expedition gives us more information about what's really down there and what else we can discover. But if you think we've already got all the answers, wait until you hear about the incredible creatures we've found in the ocean's darkest, most unexplored zones. Get ready to discover some terrifying and fascinating creatures. Now that we know how submarine technology has advanced to take us to the ocean floor, we need to understand how we can map this mysterious territory. Mapping, as you can imagine, is a crucial part of exploration. After all, to know what's down there, we first need to see what's on the ocean floor, right? Here's the surprise. Less than 20% of the ocean floor has been mapped to date. That's right, the vast majority of underwater areas are still completely unknown. And it's not for lack of effort. The truth is that the ocean floor is a tricky place to map. The task is as gigantic as mapping the entire surface of the Earth, except underwater, where we can't clearly see with our own eyes. For example, think about the maps you see at school or in your home. They show mountains, rivers, lakes, and cities. But if you try to make a map of the ocean floor, it gets a little complicated. Satellites, which normally help map the Earth, can't take pictures of the ocean floor because the water blocks the light. This means we need another way to figure out what's down there. And do you know what the most used method is for mapping the ocean floor? Sonar. That's right. Just like whales and dolphins communicate underwater, we can also use sound to explore the ocean floor. Here's how sonar works. A boat sends a sound signal to the ocean floor and then waits for the sound to hit the bottom and bounce back. Based on how long it takes for the sound to return, we can calculate the distance and depth of the seabed. Although sonar is an incredible technology, it's still not perfect. The ocean floor is uneven, with underwater mountains and valleys, making measurements a bit trickier. Also, the accuracy of ocean floor maps is still much lower than maps of the Earth or Mars. For example, on Mars, maps have a resolution of about 5 meters per pixel, meaning each point on the map is very detailed. On the ocean floor, the resolution can be as low as 1,000 meters per pixel in more remote areas, meaning the maps are much blurrier. But hold on, there's good news. A major initiative called 2030 Canadian dollars is aiming to change this. The goal of this project is to map 100% of the ocean floor by 2030. Sounds ambitious, right? Well, it is, but with more advanced technologies and efforts from different countries around the world, it might just be possible. The idea is to improve the accuracy of mapping, reaching a resolution of 800 meters per pixel in more remote areas and 3 meters per pixel in more busy regions, like coastal zones. This project started in 2017, and although it's still far from finished, the results are impressive. When it began, only 6% of the ocean floor had been mapped. But now, in 2024, that number has already surpassed 20%. So, who knows, in a few years, we may have a super detailed map of the entire ocean floor, with more information about creatures, underwater mountains, and even discoveries we haven't made yet. You might be wondering, but why is it so important to map the ocean floor? The answer is full of benefits. In addition to helping with scientific exploration, this mapping can be useful for locating shipwrecks, improving shipping routes, studying changes in ocean currents, predicting tsunamis, and even helping to protect the environment. For example, knowing exactly where coral reefs and other sensitive areas are located can help prevent the exploitation of natural resources from damaging these ecosystems. Now, with all this technology on the way, and with the world coming together to map the ocean floor, who knows what else we might discover in the depths? Maybe soon, our mysterious waters will open new doors to amazing discoveries that will change the way we understand our very own planet. As you can see, exploring the ocean floor comes with a double responsibility. On one hand, it can help humanity make great scientific discoveries, save lives, and better understand how our oceans work. On the other hand, it also requires a strong commitment to environmental preservation, so we don't destroy the very resources we are trying to map. So, what do you think? Do the benefits of ocean floor exploration outweigh the risks? Or should we be more cautious about what we are uncovering in the depths? I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments. And with that, we've reached the end of this journey through the ocean's depths. Exploring the ocean floor is an adventure full of challenges, mysteries, and incredible discoveries. What else will we find down there? Only the future will tell. I'll leave it here, but I hope you had as much fun and learned as much as I did. If you enjoyed this conversation about the ocean floor, be sure to share it with your friends and keep exploring this fascinating world. See you in the next video, and don't forget, the world is full of secrets waiting to be discovered.